The challenge in Battletech is that there are so many amazing mechs to play. And certainly we can play Alpha Strike or a really, really big battle value game of classic Battletech. But in the quest to keep the game manageable, maybe we play 4, 5, or 6 mechs and some support vehicles or infantry. And with that, I do my best to cycle through both my collection of favorite mechs and also mechs that I own that might have some quirks, or being a completionist, I want to get out on the table. That said, there are certain mechs that, even in this rotation, I find myself playing more and more because in many ways they just are that good. The role that they define with a mix of weaponry, armor, speed, battle value just works so well. And in this role, I want to share with you my thoughts on the Griffin, an iconic, classic medium mech, as a sniper, as something that can output decent range. So what we're looking at here is the primary armament. There are variants, but I usually run stock. PPC LRM-10. This has decent range, and in the case of the PPC, constant 10 battle value. The LRM missile pack, while I'm a little bit biased, I prefer to take a 20 pack because it's going to leverage. I'm going to be rewarded for rolling higher dice on the cluster table. We're going to hit you with 12, 15, 16 missiles, whatever. And if I do roll low on a 20 pack, it'll at least still be 5 points of damage potentially going somewhere. So it's kind of like with an LRM 20 pack, I have guaranteed medium laser and up damage. 10 pack, it's kind of so-so. But with the range and the cluster hits, this now gives me a chance not only to inflict some good damage if I roll high, but to begin in a way kind of crit seek. And I define crit seeking in Battletech as, for a single shot, trying to hit multiple areas as a mech gets damaged, that we can go to internals and maybe hit a gyro or hit some ammo. And I guess we should focus a little bit more on developing good crit-seeking skills, because although it does depend on the dice, certainly being in the right place at the right time, doing the right thing is going to help. Add to the Griffin mobility, jump jets, and okay armor. Now, certainly the matrix of Battletech, some of the earlier mechs, the re-seen, unseen, or the unseen that have been re-seen, unseen, re-seen, whatever. The mechs, those early iconic mechs, they were a little bit light on armor. Look at something like the Warhammer. And as mech design went on in the game, even though it's supposed to be the same time period, Star League, early Star League, Succession era, some of the newer mechs that were not based off anime and stuff, they are better machines. But with that said, the Griffin is very solid, is very good on there. I define it and use it as a sniper mech in that it's going to operate away from my main lance, unsupported, away from my main battle group if I'm playing Total Warfare. I can be a little bit more reckless with this operation because it has speed, armor, and range, that if someone does engage it as a value target, I can run away if I have to. Not that I want to burn game turns doing that, but I'm not forced to deal with the fact that if someone comes at me, I'm in trouble. Compare that to a Locust, which is not a sniper mech. It's a recon mech. It's not even a skirmisher type mech. No one's really going to waste their time engaging a Locust. It's almost like, look, I want you to engage me because I'm just going to run around, 10 plus hex circles, and that's great. Those are shots not going up against other mechs. Using a blitz mech is kind of interesting for a tactic. So I find that getting into position, shooting out the PPC every turn, shooting out the LRM pack every turn, works really, really well as a sniper type mech. Secondary role, depending on how you build the lance out, support mech, brawling mech. So it allows, with the LRM and the PPC, to start engaging at long range distance for the battle value of a medium mech. Then as we close and we get closer, as long as I'm not under the minimum of the PPC and the LRM pack, that's still a decent amount of firepower. That's 10 on one and 5, potentially 5 plus on the other. That's pretty decent. That's pretty solid on there. Not to mention we can resort to fists of punching the jump jets, death from above. I tend to be a little aggressive, death from above, but it is an option in there. And the weight for kicking, so-so on that. But certainly many options if you're going to use it as a support mech on there. But I believe the true value of the Griffin is as this sniper type mech.